Well, welcome to the Post Sunday app. Thank you for joining us for this video. This is the Post Sunday application, is what the purpose of these videos.
It's the purpose and the name.
It's brilliant.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
It's your idea. It's great.
Yeah. Well, thanks. So, speaking of brilliant ideas, the title of this sermon, "The Gospel, Christmas, and Circumcision." That was your idea.
Well, yeah, and
right?
I don't mean to correct you too much, but
Okay.
the actual title was "The Gospel, Christmas, and Circumcision." Like that, there's a question mark at the end of the title.
Okay, I didn't get the high-pitched voice
Yeah,
there.
no. So
Very
that was the official title.
Okay. You did share a story at the start of your sermon that someone who was maybe a newer believer was reading through the Bible and went to a senior pastor to say, "Hey, looks like I need to be circumcised."
Right. They just read the beginning of the Bible.
And you said that clearly was not your job to do.
Yeah. If someone wants to know, would Daniel be willing?
Okay.
The answer is no.
Okay, well, in my care group, I got the question that if it's not the senior pastor's responsibility,
Definitely.
it's the associate pastor's
Right. I think that's kind
responsibility.
of an intern duty. I think.
I said no very clearly.
I was thinking, the writer of Hebrews goes on and talks about how Christianity is superior to Judaism, or the new covenant is superior.
Okay.
Christ is superior to Moses. Christ is a superior priest to the Old Testament priest. And I was thinking, this is a reason why the pastorate is superior to the rabbinical office as well. I mean, just another area where the new covenant is a better deal to be under. So.
Yes, we rejoice in the new.
There were also lots of bad puns made during the week in my household, and I couldn't get Whitney to stop. But no, she was very. I was worried, Ben.
We'll edit that part out.
Yeah, I was worried that there'd be a unintentional. This is a touchy topic. You gotta be careful here.
It is. Yeah.
I was concerned.
But we do have some serious questions.
We really need to get to the serious.
Yes. We should just move on here. One person asked near the end of the sermon, he maybe mentioned that membership was an application from the sermon,
right.
and asked, does membership replace circumcision in the church?
Yeah. So, and that's so getting to the seriousness of the issue here. Mm-hmm. The neat thing is that all of salvation history points to Jesus. Everything about the gospel, everything about salvation, how God redeems us, all of this points to the truth that we need to believe in Jesus. We have faith in Him, and that's true of circumcision as well. And so at the end, we kind of laid out 4 truths that were related to the gospel and how circumcision helps us understand the gospel and lays the foundation for the gospel. Mm-hmm. And one of the truths was about how circumcision showed who was in and out of God's covenant people. And I didn't mean to say that church membership replaces circumcision, that church membership is a sign of the new covenant the same way circumcision was a sign of the old covenant or the Abrahamic covenant. What I was trying to say is that there are going to be some gospel applications, some things that circumcision points to that we also see laid out in the gospel, and some applications. Some applications are going to be similar. So just like the people of God were marked out, so is becoming the new covenant. The people of God are marked out, and so one might, just not a theological point, but a point of application was that people need to consider identifying themselves with the people of God. It's important to mark who is in and who is not in the people of God in a visible way to the outside world.
Okay. Good clarity there.
Yeah. So it wasn't saying that membership is a replacement of circumcision.
Okay. With this Gospel Foundation sermon series that we're in, we're going to continue in the new year.
Right.
But maybe here in January, a little bit of a tweak or detour
to
it. So how does where we've been relate to where we're going?
Right. Good question. So Genesis 17 deals with circumcision, and one of the questions that a lot of people have is not just about is membership the new circumcision, but is baptism a one-for-one correlation with circumcision, or how closely does baptism relate to circumcision? Baptism in the new covenant, circumcision in the old. In fact, good friend of mine came up to me yesterday. We differ on the area of infant baptism. And he said, your sermon was great. You could have just replaced the phrase infant baptism with the word circumcision as you went through your 4 points, and it would have been a perfect Presbyterian sermon. And I think he's right. He's right. But I wouldn't do that. And he knows I wouldn't do that. And so, but why wouldn't I? And that's what we're going to talk about in the coming weeks. We're going to see next 2 weeks. We're going to do some Christmas messages. Then we're going to spend a week on baptism, then a week on church membership. Then we'll have our Sanctity of Life Sunday, and then we'll do a sermon on the Lord's Supper, which is also, I think, a parallel of, it's a sign of the new covenant as well. So, lots of, I think that's the right calendar. We'll see.
Okay.
It could adjust as need be. But.
Okay. Well, that sounds exciting.
Yeah.
And we should mention too, if people are watching this in the right calendar time of the year here, that we do have a baptism service coming up here.
Absolutely, yeah.
December 27th.
Right.
So if anyone's looking to be baptized, now would be a great time to contact the office and
That's right.
We'd love to help facilitate that. That'd be
Yep.
a real joy.
That's right.
So, well, thanks, Daniel.
Yeah, thank you, Ben.
And thanks for tuning in to the Post Sunday app. Hope you have a great rest of your day.